great event that's taking place here today. And that great event, George Marcello will explain to you. He is the general manager for this very, very special young man who's doing a very, very special thing for Canadians right across this great country. And with no more delay, I want to turn it over to you, George, but also to say to everybody, to wish everybody a very happy Canada Day. And what more fitting time than to do this than on our country's birthday. Anyway, George, it's all yours.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to grab a seat here if this cord reaches. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I want to sit beside you, Chris. Okay, first of all, good morning. Happy Canada's Day. Do we have any Portuguese in the crowd? No? Well, Viva Portugal! They won last night. What an amazing story that is. Anyways, this morning we are celebrating 14-year-old Kristopher Knowles and his amazing achievement of accomplishing the midway mark of his cross-Canada walking tour. And today, he's here with his family, and I'm going to introduce them. Behind there's Kelly, Dad. Sandra, Mom. Where are you, Sandra, Mom? Waving. Brother Robert. Where are you, Brother Robert? There he is. Sister Ashley. And also Aunt and Uncle. Yep. So there they are. If you wanted to talk to them afterwards, they're there. Now, Kristopher completed the western leg of this walk. He started from Sarnia on January 8th, and he finished off in Vancouver recently, June 18th. And it was an amazing, amazing accomplishment. So today we're highlighting his midway mark. And what better day than Canada Day to introduce a new Canadian hero. He's going to begin his eastern leg on September 17th, 2004. He's going to be flown to St. John's, Newfoundland, and then make his way back to Toronto, where he's going to be finished the whole tour on December 17th. And during the summer, he's got a few more important events. On July 23rd, the Toronto Blue Jays are making it Kristopher's Day, and they're going to have Kristopher throw a pitch during a Tampa Bay game, and we hope that Kristopher will be able to put the horns on Tampa Bay and knock them out. And on July 25th, Kristopher is going to be the special guest for the Mike Weir golf tournament in Mike Weir's hometown, in Kris'S hometown, Sarnia. And then in August, he will appear as a guest at the Canadian Forces in Petawawa, and that's going to be big too. So he's pretty busy in the summer. Now, on this very glorious day, Canada's Day, Canada's birthday, we're going to make a special announcement. I was mentioning that throughout the whole week that this announcement was going to be made. But first of all, we want to really pay tribute to all the Canadians from coast to coast that wanted to make a difference in this great land of ours. And I'm talking about Canadians that donated parts of themselves so that they could make other lives better. And there's many of them across the country, and they rarely get acknowledged for this just awesome contribution. And we're also talking about the unsung heroes. We're talking about Canadians that stood up for what they believed in. And rarely does that happen. And there's been some Canadians who had the guts to speak up because they seen something wrong in our country. And then they had to pay the price trying to make something right. These are the people that motivate us. This is the spirit that motivates us, because we too want to make a difference in our country, and we need to speak up. And I'm getting to the announcement. 9 years ago, almost to this day, I had a few days left to live, and I was suffering with terminal liver disease. I desperately needed a liver transplant. As the hours were ticking away, my family and my friends were praying, but we were all preparing for the worst. A Canadian hero saved my life and 5 others. one night. And I was out of the hospital after I received my transplant in 10 days, and I was back playing baseball in 2 months. From extremely ill, my life was given back to me, and this anonymous hero brought a lot of happiness to my family and my friends, most of the time anyways, not all the time. Okay, now we're getting close to the announcement. I kept hearing that Canada had one of the lowest rates in the world when it came to organ donations. That's very serious. One of the lowest rates. Like if we looked at this as a hockey league or something, we were always in the basement. Never any chance of winning the playoffs or getting that cup. Always in the basement. And there was something terribly wrong with this picture. And this is what I got obsessed with personally, and I wanted to find out why. And Step by Step was born in 1997 to address this critical shortage. Over the past 7 years, thousands of volunteers have come together throughout Canada to support what we're doing. They supported 3 walking tours, and presently our 4th, Kristopher Knowles' walk. Allow me to continue, and I'm getting close to the announcement. During the past 7 years, we have inspired 2,000 media stories from coast to coast. 2,000. We also inspired the previous Ontario government to create the now Trillium Gift of Life Network. Health Minister George Smitherman calls Kristopher his hero and nominated Kristopher as the chairperson for the newly created Children's Advisory Board on Organ and Tissue Donations. We have been supported by every police force across Canada, especially the OPP. During Kristopher's campaign alone, we've reached 250,000 students. In total, in the past 7 years, we've reached millions of Canadians. So what I'm trying to say is that during the past 7 years, we have done a lot throughout the whole country. We even arranged an audience with the Pope, where I had the honor to pass the torch to the Pope, and he blessed it and proclaimed on that day that organ and tissue donation was a genuine act of love, and encouraged the whole world to become organ donors. We have been very, very consistent with our message. Very consistent. We kept saying that we have the potential to save every Canadian on the waiting list, and there's almost 4,000. We've been saying that right from the start. Here's the picture. Canada leads the world when it comes to medical technology. We have some of the best hospitals, the best research, some of the best discoveries were made here in Canada concerning transplants. That's half the picture. The other half is Canada has one of the lowest rates in the world. We got to change the other half of the picture. We're letting too many organs go to waste. We were praying every day we were on the road that Kristopher was going to get his call so he can receive his liver. Every day we were praying. Good news, he's still cheerful and he's still ticking. And we're glad of that. And he's had to go through 12 years of this. Miraculously, this young boy is still alive because he's got this incredible spirit inside him. Most people do not survive. So, what we need to do is get Canada out of the box. Canada is operating in a box when it comes to organ donations, and they will not explore outside the box. Present governments and previous governments do not know what the average person feels about organ and tissue donations. They're not in contact. They're not in sync. They don't know what's going on, basically, when it comes to organ and tissue donations. And we need to change that. 3 areas.